hope and pray all of you are observing social distancing and hygienic vigilance. I like the 6 feet apart thing here. It's the special kind of asceticism our Lord is offering us for Great Lent this year. Caution is called for, stemming from a healthy dose of healthy fear that is full of the potential of preserving life and comforting our neighbors. There is an unhealthy kind of fear that paralyzes and mitigates love, turning opportunity into an exercise in futile narcissism, which is in fact sinful. So we have a choice. Contribute to the solution by our activity and our love, or be part of the problem through unhealthy fear. We must not allow unhealthy fear to make us indifferent to the suffering of the world. Unfortunately, in America, we have been groomed to respond poorly. First, by our worship of rugged individualism, by our craving for instantaneous satisfaction. America has become a consumer society, and we are its victims. We are used to being able to do whatever we want, whenever we want it. Now we are being asked to curtail our desires, to consider the welfare of our neighbors, thinking more of how our behavior affects others, and to control our desires. This is a normal Lenten practice. It is, in fact, the Christian way of life. Love is not always entertaining or easy. Life is very difficult and even harsh. And a good thing about this pandemic is that it has the potential of breaking through the spell of American consumerism under which we have been enthralled, and open our eyes to reality, to what is really important. The great and heroic nature of humanity is beginning to wake up, as is nature. The waters are cleaner, the air is fresher, the mornings are filled with bird song like I've never heard in a long time. So nature is responding to the sudden halt in our incessant drive to produce, and we are taking notice through necessity. So there are lessons to be learned, and I pray that we will all pay attention. Through suffering, the facades can more easily fall away. The veil over our eyes more easily lifts, and the curtain that hangs between our minds and our hearts torn in two. We can even become enlightened, if only even for the duration. The best definition of enlightenment I know is the ability to see things and face things as they really are, not as we want them to be or hope them to be. So here then is a slice of reality. There is no security in life. We are in the middle of this pandemic, and we must take precautions. Death is not that thing that awaits us after a long life, but rather our constant companion through life. And so we are invited to live fully now in each and every moment, for each one is an irreplaceable gift, and that is why it is called the present. God is with us always, now, and in the whole eternity of now. This is a great mystery. I like how Walt Whitman put it. Quote, I hear and behold God in every object, yet I understand God not in the least. So there is a martyrdom that is offered to us. It's offered not just now, but always. A martyrdom in the service of others. And I think of our first responders who do not even have enough personal protective equipment for their jobs. And I think of saints who gave themselves for the life of the world, like Saint Maria of Paris and her companions, Father Dimitri and her son Yuri, like Saint Joseph of Damascus, who was torn apart by the crowds during the pogroms in Damascus in 1860, as he went from house to house, offering communion to those who could not flee. And people like Father Damien the leper, the Roman priest who went to live among the lepers in Hawaii, who contracted the disease and died as one of them. We are not all called to such extremes. We might be, but we are still all called to be martyrs. Into the breach, the church offers the gospel, the unfailing love of God, the presence in and through all things, and our faith in the miracle of the cross and the power of resurrection. In the midst of suffering, there is hope, we say. In the gathering gloom, there is light, and that light is Christ, and that light can also be us when we awaken to his abiding presence. So let's be light. That is what is needed most, and that is who we really and truly are. That is how and why we were created. The light may be lost within us, but we can, like the good shepherd who searched for the one lost sheep, find it and bring it home. This line from Amazing Grace makes more sense to me now than when I sang it in Baptist Sunday School so many years ago. Quote, I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. The pandemic is a call for us to awaken to our true selves and to open our eyes and to be true disciples. To do that, we must wake up and live in the present, love the one we're with, and do whatever job it is we are given as it appears to us moment by moment at God's command. Even the little things matter a great deal. The isolation we've been forced to observe is really only the manifestation of what has been true for a long time. We have been disconnected from God, ourselves, one another, and the earth, and we didn't even know it. Survival depends on our connection. It begins with connection with ourselves, then with our neighbors, and then with God. But they are not accomplished, they are accomplished simultaneously. One does not come without the other. Look within and learn. It is like the circle dance of the Trinity. From Trinity to others, to God, to us, from us to others, to Trinity, round and round. Perichoresis, we call it in theology. Hear this from St. John Cassian. Quote, the doctor of our souls has placed the remedy in the hidden regions of the soul. End quote. And this from St. Maximus the Confessor. Quote, if St. Paul says, Christ dwells in our hearts through faith, and all the treasuries of wisdom and spiritual knowledge are hidden in him, then all the treasures are hidden in our hearts. End quote. So connecting with ourselves, we discover God. Then we become aware of God in our neighbors. The circle dance invites us in. Above all, meditate and pray and fast. Learn from the invaluable blessings of silence and solitude. Be still and know God. Have faith that God is with us through thick and thin, through life and death. A faith that does not work during dark times is no faith at all. When we discover the true meaning of self-love, which is marked by extreme humility and kindness, then we can share love extravagantly. True self-love, you see, is kenosis, self-emptying, never self-aggrandizement. Love does not boast. It is not irritable or touchy. To perfect love, we must have no fear and no deception. Meditate and pray, share and love without limits. be a light to the world. And that is our ascesis. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.